Hey, it's Pesky here, and back with some more CSGO content. This time, we're going to be doing a budget loadout. So this is going to include an AWP, AKM4, deagle, USB Glock, and then also an A1, A1S, and A1S as well for people that can use either. You have a skin for both. It's just like a main loadout. I'm not going into SMGs or anything yet because we're just trying to get the main loadout, and this is going to be skins that are really, really nice and affordable, and all add up to under $20. So if you got a $20 Steam gift card, this is just a suggestion on what you could buy. And first of all, what you should be doing is you should be going and downloading CSGO Float Market Checker. Actually, it's not downloading; it's just adding it on Chrome. So all you gotta do is type up CSGO Float Checker. And then click on that. It's a Chrome extension, so it's completely safe. You just add to Chrome. I already have it. It's really helpful. It automatically updates, and what it means is that, as I'll show you in a second, when you go on Steam, it'll show pictures, it'll show floats as it's seen there. So it just makes it so much easier when you're searching for skins that you want. If you just want particular stickers or particular looking at the floats, it just helps out so much. It's way better than just what Steam offers, which is the in-game inspect. They're starting off at about $5, $5.13 with the AK-47 Rat Rod, and I suggest field tested because field tested is usually cheaper than well worn and battle scarred. That's because there's a lot more of it and it looks a lot better. So you want to go on the Steam QD market and look at a field tested Rat Rod. It's gone up in price, but a lot of skins have because of the demand. What you want to do is, using the extension, you want to look and try find ones that are actually really good float. So that just means that you're pretty much getting it as close to minimal wear as possible, so as close to the $7 range, without actually having to pay anything extra really. So as you can see right now, the cheapest on the market, which is actually like 30 cents below, is a Rat Rod with a 0.21 float. So that's actually really good. The float value for field tested is 0.15 to 0.38. So if you want to look pretty nice, you want to get low floats. So we'll have a look at this in game. That looks pretty clean. So it's pretty close to minimal wear, and besides, it probably looks like there's a lot of scratches, but it isn't, because the Rat Rod, its finish is trying to look like a bunker sort of AK, if that makes sense, with like a lot of scratches and a lot of wear. So it's pretty actually nice float. So that's $5 for that. And then what I suggest for an M4, it was a tough choice between this M4 and the Evil Dynamo. But if we're going with the AK Rat Rod, this is just a perfect M4A4 counterpart. And same thing again, go field tested. This is $4.27, it's the cheapest one. And you want to look for ones that also have stickers to your appeal. Sometimes, if you want good stickers, you might have to pay a bit extra, but you shouldn't really be paying extra for float. So as you can see, that's a pretty bad float, but it has some decent stickers. And you can, because it's a cheap skin, you can usually get pretty good floats like 0.20, that's pretty close to minimal wear, for nothing over market really. You're not paying anything. So yeah, let's have a look at this in game, see if there's any scratches. Oh, sorry, I don't think I inspected. There we go. Okay, that was a bad one, my bad. There we go. So as you can see, there's a few scratches here, but if you want to compare, this one here, 0.20 and 0.34, there will be some differences. So yeah, look how much, it's like almost a full thing torn, and there's more scratches around the bird, and the eagle, sorry, and yeah, so for the same price, you might as well go with one that has less scratches, or you can even go next and look at ones that have good stickers that you like, but you might have to paying extra, or you can just be patient and wait until they pop up on the market. Anyway, yeah, so that's almost $10 now. I think that's $9 something, and we'll move on to A1. And because most people use the M4A4, I didn't want to go for a too expensive A1, so I got probably the most cheapest but also nice looking A1 there is out there, which is the Basilic. So as you can see, yeah, perfect. So you look at this one, right, and there's a plenty that are up for market price. 2.12, that's cheap. That's almost close to buy order, and it's 0.17. So if I had the if I was doing a budget loadout right now, I'd be buying that straight away, and I'd be like, that is awesome. That's my M4 sword for what, 50 or $1.60 US. I'm in Oz dollars, so I probably should know a conversion for this. But on the screen, it'll come up with the US dollar total win amount for each of the skins. So we'll move on to the AWP now, and probably guess it, but it's probably the most commonly used like budget loadout AWP, but it's just so good that I can't just like leave it out. You can use a different AWP if you want, like a worm god or something. Like they're also really nice and cheap, but for how good the Aetheris looks, it's so cheap. It's like under $3 US. So yeah, you want to be doing pretty much the same thing, looking for like decent stickers and decent floats, and try not to pay too much over, maybe a couple cents if you really like it over market. And yeah, so you just go through, you go wait, like you'll see some good floats, like anything really low 0.2 is good, 0.2 floats. Yeah, 0.37 is like, you can not great, but you can use a screenshot if you don't want to load up CS. Like if your computer doesn't want to load all the things, you can just click screenshot. Like you can do this on a laptop that doesn't have CS, and it'll show you a screenshot, so it saves you actually having to go through a different third-party site or actually loading up CS to have a look at it. So that's why that's another feature that CSGO Float Checker has, which is really nice. So yep. Okay, it failed now, but it usually works. I know what I was doing. Yeah, we'll move on to the deagle now. For the deagle, we got the fake blades, as they say, or the light rail, and it's only $1.21. So as for how like pristine it looks, it's pretty cheap, and I can see a lot of people are starting to realize that, as it's gone from like almost, what was that, like almost 90 cents US to like $1.20, $1.30. So yeah, you can just look through these, look at sticker combos, look at floats, look at whatever you want, and find out what's best for you. And now we're moving on to the last two, which is the USP, which I've gone for the stainless. There are cheaper options like the flashback, which is also a really nice USP, but this is like a James Bond USP. Like you can't let this one slide for only $3. It's not too. It's not that. I think Steam's having a few issues right now, but that's alright. So yeah, look at this one. It's got a Virtus Pro Cluna Pocket, I think that is 2015, and it's 0.21 float. So if you want that to look a bit cleaner and have just one sticker, I'm not too sure what that is. We'll have a quick look. Then I would go for this one. Okay, it's on handle, so that's not great, but basically yeah, it's not too bad. Only a few scratches there. Or if you're more like a sticker person, for what's that? Like 20 cents more, you can get a 4x sticker craft. They're not crazy expensive stickers, but it's still pretty nice. To have 4x, like a lot of stickers would look clean, especially on a USB stainless. Either no stickers or all four, in my opinion, work. Alright, and moving on to the last skin right now is the Glock 18 Candy Apple. Now this skin, if you're gonna get it, it has to be in factory new. Like there's no way. It's just so clean in factory new. Like the field test, you either don't use default Glock or you use the Candy Apple with factory new full red finish. And yeah, this one especially, even though it's only $1, you want to be really searching for like low floats, anything like 0.03 or below, because that would just look the cleanest. You don't want to pay too much over, but you also want to get like a really clean, nice looking. So we'll have a little bit of a browse. As you can see, like the cheap ones on the market are usually like 0.06, so that's not great. Anything really 0.03 or even 0.04 would be optimal. So yeah, here we go for $1.43, which is pretty cheap. 0.03, we'll have a look at that. Yeah, so there's only one really scratch there, but look at how clean that looks. It's such a nice, and especially with like sticker crafts, you can do it with some cool sticker crafts. I wouldn't suggest applying them yourself because that's just losing money, really, if you're doing cheap sticker crafts that don't really add too much value. But yeah, you can always just browse through the market, really. That's what I would suggest doing. And yeah, anyway, this is really, that's my budget loadout for $20. That's what I would do if I had $20 in Steam and I had no skins whatsoever, and I wanted a loadout for all like the main weapons that you will use. then that's what I would do. I know I was going to do a budget loadout including a knife, but it's a budget loadout. You can't really. The cheapest knife right now is like $50 or like $45 USD cash, and more like 60, 70 on Steam. So I was just doing a skin budget loadout because I don't want spending too much money on just like a shitty knife or like a bad knife when you can just get cool skins and use them more than knives anyway. So who's really complain? Anyway, yeah, so that's what I was just doing, just going through. If you don't like any of these, what you can type up for. So if you just want AWP, just type up AWP skin, CSGO, and then CSGO Sash, always CSGO Sash, and you can just scroll through them. So we have other options here, so the Poor, the Aetherius, the Phobos, Fit Viper, the Worm God, and all of these, usually Inspiring Mesh, but that doesn't look good. And the Capillary, they're all like budget AWPs. You can see the cheapest being there, and then the most expensive being there, so that's the trade-up AWP, so we'll get that. Yeah, you can do that for any other AWP, and yeah, it's pretty fun. Just spending a bit of time just browsing, make sure you get the skins that you want, and you can get them for market price, if not a bit more, and you get the skins that you like and play them for a while. And then you can always sell them or use trading sites, whatever you want, and get more skins. Like, this is cool, but anyway, yeah. So the total comes to $19.42. Alright, that's correct. So that's under $20 USD. So if you're a $20 USD gift card, those are some suggestions for skins.